And the other thing that will be interesting about this, I'm actually going to have you kind of like even with the trash can.
That's cool, that way the cop doesn't walk past the door.
But this will let me play with also how maneuverable I can be after charging for 20 feet. Because if you're, sure I can come in and I might close and he gets it out of his pocket and I hit him in the face and I'm standing right here. And then I get shot anyway. So that's not going to do me much good. So not only am I going to be trying to close and hit him before he gets it out of his pocket and shoots me, I'm going to be trying to close, hit him, and do that before he can then turn and still shoot me before he falls over dead from a sword to the face.
And just to clarify, well, I can easily just pull out and just like start going like this right here. That's not going to mean that I would hit anything at all. I mean, it could be going over here, over there. It could be hitting the side of his calf and not doing any damage at all. I'm going to be actually trying to aim at his chest and squeeze off at least one round before he can hit me with that.
And so one of the reasons I asked Ben to do it, A, is he's head of security, but B, is I trust him afterwards to be able to be like, okay, I had the gun here when you came in, or I had it here and I pulled the trigger and it was aimed at. And then we can sort of like see where it would have gone had there been anything other than CO2 in there.
This is why I like animal conventions.
Right?
They said we need to swing on a paintball gun.
So 21 feet is roughly 7 yards. I have roughly a 1 yard pace. So start even here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right where I thought.
This works a lot better. I thought you were going to have like, 6-foot sword, so.
Well, I mean, I might.
Somebody uses that one, I'm sorry. That one, everybody goes to.
Boink.
For the record, I have checked this gun. It does not have anything in it other than CO2. Doesn't have a nice safety. No holes.
Thank you
Okay.
for checking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to die, maybe. Oh, God, I'm allergic to CO2.
Allergic to CO2.
Yeah.
Let's not do what they did with Brian McClay.
Right. Okay, ready?
I think you are.
Oh. So you got it. I was right about here. Probably somewhere between here and here. Say it was pointed there-ish.
Yeah, it was pointed actually, it's closer to over here.
Yeah. So that's gonna suck. Probably gonna suck a lot. And then I'm already in motion. So he's gonna hit me. If it's a sufficiently high caliber round, there is gonna be recoil on my end. And so I might go sideways, but again, I'm here at this point, right?
Oh yeah, I'm in trouble.
And your head is carotid artery
Right.
on that side.
So I'm gonna do it left-handed, because that was right-handed, and I'm not actually that good right-handed.
You all right?
Yeah, no, I go outside what you just like bowl into.
I thought the CO2 in your face and your allergy got you.
No, like right here, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this, because otherwise it's just gonna be a tackle. So again, we're looking at, I am here when he gets it out. And so of course I've gone, sort of chest to muzzle at this point. So I'm gonna be having a bad day. But so is he.
Okay.
Will you though? Because you hit the outside of his arm where his big tendon is.
He doesn't need
Totally
that.
threw off his aim. And you hit the arm, I think, right before he shot you, and then you ducked to the side.
I might have. It would honestly depend on how much force sideways I got.
Yeah.
You
You
should
have
just
that
do this
tendon
with a paintball gun, see where the actual strike.
Yeah, we actually talked about that. None of us thought about that.
You wouldn't want to do it in here anyway, because if he gets up for shot and it misses you, you're gonna splatter against the wall
Yeah.
or against a con guard. I didn't sign a waiver for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
I
they
think
make water soluble paint, so you get it off the wall, but off of you, it might be harder.
My biggest worry was that he might hit me and something will go off somewhere else where it should not. And
Yeah.
But BB bounces
Yeah,
off
my
me
no more.
and pings somebody.
yeah.
I didn't sign a waiver for that.
So both of those times, I'm basically just charging at him, not trying to do any sort of real footwork or anything like that. So another quick variant. See if it makes any difference trying proper footwork to get into distance.
Oh, you had me good to rights.
So much closer that time. He still got the shot off, but clean headshot, much closer, much faster to cover distance. So now, Sean mentioned, diverting the weapon. That's something that most people don't consider, who are just looking at, oh, I'm gonna run in and just stab him until he, stops shooting me in the face. But I do have a lever. And so I hit you on like an arm bone. I'm gonna apologize now.
Oh, you have been doing that, it's okay.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm not sorry. So now I'm going to see if I can get in and divert his aim off to the side. Basically, hit him in the arm, block the arm, something like that. Just like I would do against a sword. Oddly enough, didn't work as well. Can anyone guess at why?
The object you were trying to hit wasn't there in the first place.
To an extent. The big reason is when I'm closing in here, it's step, step, lunge. And it's just boom, lunge, I'm gonna cleave whatever is in my face. If I'm trying to block his arms, I'm like, okay, I've gotta come in and knock it out of the way, sweep his hands aside, something like that.
You had to wait until I had my arms up, and that's when you had to decide where you were gonna hit.
Right.
Which made you have to, then that's when you were able to commit right there.
Step this way. At that point, he's already out. He's got his aim. I'm done. And the other thing is, I couldn't just here and extend and go long and fast. Go ahead and extend your arms again. So if I'm going for him, I can just do this and maybe hope I get past it, or I get shot in the shoulder or whatever, and there goes his face. But if I'm trying to sweep his arms, I've got to stay in front of him to get my aim, and then it's actually going to be less effective, clearly. Just charging him, or rather more effective just charging him than it will be to try and deal with, whatever's in his hands. Which, amusingly enough, is the exact opposite of how it would work with a sword. If you was drawing a sword on me, I would have to go deal with the sword first. Because while I can run onto the sword just as easily as I can run in front of a pistol, it's going to be much easier to deal with, a 2-foot or 3-foot blade than, trying to parry something the size of, not much larger than the size of his hands in general. The interesting thing so far is that I really haven't been able to get out of the way. Putting enough inertia into getting close has essentially resulted in either tackling him or just sort of stumbling off to one side or the other, trying to get out of the way.
Part of that, if I could throw in something.
Oh, yeah.
I know, some people like to carry it right here, and some people keep it tucked down here like in the movies. There's no possibility of me even getting a shot off. If I've got it back here and he wants to try, he'll have the sword cleaned and put away before I can get it drawn.
Well, you wanna
Yeah.
try get the gangster holster there?
Yeah, put your shirt
Gun
over for somebody really
gun
quick.
behind your back is great for concealed carry, not so great for actually using it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I was able to evade any follow-up attacks he might do much more easily because there was not the physical and, in a lot of ways, psychological danger of the pistol. Charging the pistol here is, even though it's like, oh, it's not a sword, okay, so it's not going to hit me really hard. It's a airsoft gun with no ammo, it's not going to hurt, but it's still like, holy shit, I'm charging a pistol. And in your brain, you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna end this one way or the other. But as he's screwing around back here, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. And it's just sort of a nice. I actually think I ran slower that time, to be honest.
Yeah, you did.
The reason I brought that up is because you don't see a lot of people with a low holster. I worked in Afghanistan for a long time, and we did have low holsters over there. I've never walked in Walmart with a gun down here at this level. It's always been up under a jacket or somewhere else.